Assalamualaikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Putri Siregar from English Department, University of Sumatera Utara, with registration number 200705077. Okay, this time I will explain to you about neurolinguistics. Okay, I will explain about neurolinguistics. First, I will explain about our brain. Following suggest brain development can be divided into 4 stages. First, the stage of such development. Second, reorganization changes in brain. Third, the advent of a fiber system of different parts of certain areas via the corpus callosum. And the last, the appearance of 2 hemispheres of asymmetric. Our brain is divided into 4 parts. They are cerebrum, cerebellum, brainstem, and limbic system. Next, cerebrum. Cerebrum gives humans the capacity for thinking, analysis, logic, language, awareness, planning, memory, and visual capability. IQ is also determined by the quality of this part. The cerebrum divides into 4 lobes. Frontal lobe is associated with the ability to make reason, motion ability, cognition, planning, problem solving, judging, creativity, feeling control, sexual behavioral control, and language ability in general. Parental lobe is associated with the process of feeling sensors such as pressure, touch, and pain. Temporal lobe is associated with hearing abilities, information diffusion, and language in the form of sound. And occipital lobe is linked to visual stimuli that enables humans to be able to interpret objects captured by retina. It also has the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. Generally, the right hemisphere controls the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere controls the right side of the body. So the right brain engages in creativity and artistic ability, while the left brain is for logic and rational thought. Next, cerebellum. Cerebellum controls many automatic functions of the brain. Their attitude or position controls balance, coordination of muscles, and body movements. Cerebellum also store and carry out a set of learned automatic movements such as car movements, hand movements while writing, door locks, and etc. Next, brainstem. This one governs basic human function including breathing, heart rate, regulates body temperature, digestive processes, and the basic human instinct sorts of fight or flight at the approach of danger. The brainstem is made up of 3 parts. The middle brain functions when it comes to controlling sight response, eye movement, pupil dilation, body movements, and hearing. Medulla controls automatic function of the brain, such as heart rate, blood circulation, breathing, and digestion. Pons was a relay station that sent data to the brain center along with a reticular formation. The pons determines whether we are awake or asleep. And limbic system. The limbic system function is to produce feelings, regulate hormone production, maintain homeostasis, thirst, hunger, sex drive, pleasure centers, metabolism, and long-term memory. So this is the picture of the structure of our brain and cerebrum. Okay, next is language. Language is an arbitrary system of oral symbols used by the members of a language society to communicate and interact with one another based on the culture they share. And according to Brown, language is a systematic interpretation of the meaning of the spoken word and is used to communicate by humans in a community or speech culture and is dominated by all in the same way. So we can say that language is symbols or system of symbols used by a language community and is dominated by all in the same way to communicate. The use of language systems in humans consists of a number of subsystems, even speech stabilizers, analyzers, conceptual systems, sentence generators, and artists. In the brain, all subsystems are interrelated to each other and are one integrated unit. According to Arifudin and Sastra, neurolinguistics is also known as language neurology, which is an interdisciplinary branch of linguistics that studies the effects of human brain processes on language understanding and processing. Also looks into issues with language comprehension and production. This field covers the human brain mechanisms that are generally required in language processing before one may understand one's lingual symptoms through verbal expression and communication capacity. approach began with the collaboration of neurologists and linguists in the study of human brain and language. Next, first language acquisition. Language acquisition is a creative process in which the inherent rules of language are learned by the input it receives from the simplest form to the most complex. The language is more rapid if the child is at least prepared at his golden age or critical age or pre-puberty. According to Lambert, during the golden age, the human brain is also resilient, that is, enables a child to acquire the first language easily and quickly. As about puberty age, cognitive maturity has been achieved by the completion of certain cognitive functions. This is what is called lateralization. It is the critical period that is responsible for the lateralization in which the natural processing of language will be reduced until it is completely lost. This interpretation of language acquisition is enhanced by some cases of delay in speaking to adults who of age of 15 in various parts of the world. So, beyond the golden age, the human brain can maximum gain syntactical and morphological abilities. It is true that there are expressions of teaching a children are like writing on a rock and teaching parents as if writing on water. Second, language acquisition. It is better to listen to language as it begins early on. A neurolinguist, Eric H. Lenenberg, asserts that a child's brain condition will learn language without difficulty faster than adults do. Before puberty, a child's brain is more flexible, so it can be taught any language more easily. The language force of the child functions automatically with self-exposure of involved in a participative communication in the target language. According to Phil, in the post-puberty, flexibility will wear off and achieve very little. Okay, there are two opinions on the acquisition of a second language. First, children are encouraged to be exposed in different languages from birth. Second, children learn a second language after the mother tongue is properly spoken. Both opinions are equally good, yet they remain inadequate. A first method can result in a delay in speaking because a child's brain is working hard to map out which language the spoken person speaks. But it doesn't last long. As children grow older, that ability is self-inflicted. The second method of pronouncing the second language would be worse than of children by the first. The child in the first method will get used to clearer enunciation and accents. However, both methods can be used by noting the atmosphere of interactive, motivational, interactive language entrenchment. So, the difficulty with acquisition of the second language is still related to golden age theory. We generally note that the ease with which a child learns language grows less rapidly until it becomes somewhat difficult and slow after puberty, so that a person rarely becomes fluent in the second language phonology if he studies it after puberty or after the end of the golden age. However, according to Stoffel and Krashen, the ability to learn a second language is not reduced too much even the realization process is over. So, finally, we can say that both of language acquisition are related to the brain condition in the golden age. I think that's enough. Sorry for my mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.